You remember 1937, do you? 1937, you remember that year? That were another lovely summer, that were. That were the year we put in Anthony and Cleopatra. Miss Cage, she was some worker building for that, but she didn't just build, no. For that play she were costume mistress too. And that was some production, I tell you. That were the production of Mr. Neil Porter, he were producing it from the old Vic, you know. So it was some production. I'll give you an idea what it were like. She bought 100 pair of sandals from Woolworth for the cast in Penzance, you know, and ostrich feathers. She bought out a whole shop supply of ostrich feathers. We fixed they to canes to make fans, you know, for Cleopatra's servants. So one day she says to me, "Billy, there's one small part we haven't filled, and Mr. Porter thinks you would be perfect." Well, acting. I ain't not a great one for plays, you know. Actors, you know what actors are like, don't they? All they do is spend their whole life pretending to do something. Still, I go along. Turns out they want the fellow who brings a basket in with a asp. You know, the snake that Cleopatra kills herself with. "Yes," says Mr. Porter, you know. "The pretty worm of Nilus." "Oh," I say, "worm? Yes, well, some folk do say I be cheesy as a adder." Yes. What did he say? So, come the summer, there I am, waiting down below. The moon has risen like copper out of the sea, and everybody's watching Cleopatra on stage. With all their ostrich feather fans all around her, she's standing by her stone throne, and then I hear my cue. My heart's going away, it is. It's a long walk to reach her on the stage. "Hast thou the pretty worm of Nilus, that kills and pains not?" "Aye, truly do I, though I would not be the party that do desire you to touch it, for its bite is immortal. Those that die of it do seldom or never recover." "Farewell. Get thee hence." "I wish you all joy of the worm." And away I go. And everybody, they do laugh, all the way up, all the way to the top. And afterwards, Mr. Porter, he comes along and he says, "That was wonderful, wonderful. What a comic accent." Well, I wasn't putting on no comic accent. Miss Cage, she never let me forget it. The rest of that summer, she'd say to me, "I wish you all joy of the worm. The worm!" Right, I say. "Well, let's get on with some proper work. Let's get they grounders in."